This is what I call my creaky old man flow. My body's been feeling battered lately, and through no other reason than the fact that I'm approaching 47. If you're around my age, you know what I mean. We start in this warrior two pose. So my left foot is 12 o'clock, my right foot is around 2 o'clock. And it's a very unthreatening pose and position. That's why I like to start here. And as you can see, I've just got my hands on my hips and I'm just going up and down. As I breathe in, I might come up. And as I breathe out, I just go down. If you notice, I'm not going forward. I'm actually just trying to sink straight down there, and I'm going to start to feel that into my groin. And before I do the next part, I really want my feet to work a little more than usual. So as I always say in my videos, I don't want you just to stand on your feet. I really want you to feel your feet. I want you to feel like you're using your feet. And that might be the most important part of this whole video, just getting you to feel your feet a little bit more, especially those poor suffering small toes. As I breathe in, I'm just going to raise the arms up over the head and hold on to the wrist. It doesn't matter which one. And as I breathe out, I'm just going to bring my arms into warrior two as I sink down at the same time. Breathe in as I come up, straighten the front leg. And as I breathe out, I'm just going to sink, sink, sink there. Might just hold it for a moment before my third one. And I'm going to go further down. Breathe in as I come up, and I really want to reach up. And as I breathe out of the nose, I'm going to sink, create warrior two. The area below the left elbow is going to rest on the area above the knee. And then as I breathe in, I'm going to reach up, easing off. And as I breathe out, I'm just going to circle my arm as I sink. Breathe in and breathe out. You see, as I breathe out, I bring my arm down, just gently push my knee forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Nothing too fancy. And I'm just going to keep the lower leg position and just circle that right shoulder just to free it up. Then going to take the right hand into my lower back and I'm going to turn so my entire torso faces you. Breathe in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to turn the torso. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn the torso without straightening the leg. There. And just ease off. Just breathe. Just bring a bit of calmness back to your breathing pattern, into your kind of physiology. And just relax there. Bend into your left knee again. I appreciate your left leg might be firing up a little bit. Bend into your left knee and we're going to do a pose called reverse warrior, which I'm not a big fan of, but occasionally it does feel nice. My right hand is going to reach for the right ankle. As I push my left knee forward, reach up with your left hand and ease off. There are three things happening here. My right hand reaches for the ankle, my left knee travels forward as my left hand reaches up. So I'm being pulled in every direction. And relax. One more, we're doing 3 repetitions of everything. Breathe out of the nose, left knee forward, reach for the ankle and reach for the ceiling at the same time and ease off. And just come back to center and just have a little fidget around. Shake your legs around. And let's get to the other side. Warrior two, right foot 12 o'clock, left foot kind of around 11 o'clock or 10 if you prefer. There's no right or wrong. You can even have it 9 o'clock. Bend into your right knee. And as we did on the last side, we just start by doing kind of some gentle movement. I lift up and then I just sink down. And then we're going to breathe in as you come up to hold on to the wrist. And as you breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Really lift your breastbone and breathe out of the nose and just create your warrior two. So really push your back heel into the ground, push your right knee forward, and then very consciously push your right knee out. There we go. There we go. Right elbow, right knee, just push it forward gently. As I breathe in, I come up. As I breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Left hand into the lower back, breathe in. And as I breathe out, I turn my torso to face you. What can happen is as you turn, your right knee can fall in. Keep your right arm on the knee to push it out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Final time, breathe out. Turn the torso to face away. I'm facing you. Push your knee out using the elbow. And then just ease off. Your right leg might be on fire, but your hips are opening up in this sequence. Bend the right knee. Reverse warrior. Remember, you're being pulled in 3 different directions. Start to push your knee gently forward. Start to reach for the left ankle with your left hand. So you do that at the same time, and then reach up with your right arm. I prefer reaching up with the shoulder. Reach, reach, breathe in, breathe out, push the knee, reach for the ankle, reach up, and ease off. Final time, breathe in, push the knee forward, reach for the ankle, reach up with the right arm, and ease off. Bend into your knees, step forward, and shake it off, shake it off. Let's come down to kneeling, and I'd like you to have your left foot forward and your right leg behind you into this low lunge position. If you notice, my knee is just slightly further back than the line of that hip. You can curl your toes under or point them away, whatever's better for you. We're just going to start by interlocking the fingers and holding on to the back of the head just there. And you can see now I'm slightly slumped, and that's very, very intentional. So I'm just going to gently round the back, and then I'm going to lift my breastbone towards the ceiling. I'm going to breathe out. Breathe in, lift the breastbone towards the ceiling. See how the elbows go out and the breastbone lifts. If you feel it in your lower back, you're not using your breastbone enough. Just remember, your body's always telling you when something isn't right. And it's not your body, it's the technique. So again, as I breathe out of the nose, I'm rounding. And as I breathe in, my chest lifts, my lungs fill up, my elbows go out, and the breastbone lifts towards the ceiling, and then I ease off. From here, my right elbow reaches towards my left knee. I'm just going to go smooth here. I'm not trying to overdo things. And then I'm going to turn to face you, turn to face away, and it's as if my right elbow is reaching for the right heel, which it won't. Just give you an idea. And then come back, and then right elbow to left knee. Again, gentle, you're not overdoing things here. Lifting the breastbone, turning to face you, right elbow towards the right heel, and come back one more. And I'm just being very gentle, but I'm trying to keep the movement smooth. There. Again, nothing too fancy. I don't want to put any load and pressure onto my lower back. I just want to loosen things up. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. So just switch. Start off by interlocking your fingertips. Remember that left knee needs to be behind the line of the hip. Elbows in, and then elbows out, chest up. Elbows in. Really lift the chest. Imagine you're filling the lungs up. Look up. And one more. Elbows come in. round, and lift, 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 lift. There we go. Lift the breastbone, and ease off. Again, as you know, I have a history of lower back pain, and I'm very, very cautious with my lower back, but that causes me no discomfort because all the movement is being guided by that breastbone. This movement has the potential to irritate my lower back if I get carried away. Again, but if you're smooth and if you work within your range, what feels good for you, I'm very confident you'll feel absolutely fine. Left elbow to right knee, very gentle. And then I'm just going to turn to my left facing you. And from this position, it's as if my left elbow is reaching for my left ankle. There, very gentle. If I go any further, this will irritate me. So very small range of motion. Coming back. There. Final time. Left elbow, right knee. Lift. I'm seeing I'm being guided by the breastbone rather than the elbows. And then there. And then come back. And yeah, that feels good. That feels good. No irritation of the lower back. We'll stay here for just a moment. Again, there's always that lift in the breastbone. My right hand into my lower back, left arm reaches forward, and I want to turn the right shoulder away and just look over the right shoulder. Then take the left hand onto the outside of the right knee, and then looking over the right shoulder, just see if you can gaze towards your thumb. If you can't, don't worry. If you're here, that's absolutely fine. And come back. Left hand reaches for your left hamstring, the back of the left leg, and just lift your breastbone again and come back. Turn to face the other side. So left hand into the lower back. You just reach forward, gazing to the thumb of your right hand, and you're trying to turn your left shoulder away there. Now I'm going to take my right hand on the area outside the left knee. I'm not going to drag it in, I'm just going to hold on. I'm going to look over the left shoulder, raise the left arm up, and don't worry if it's here, or if you get it all the way round. Whatever works better for you, as long as there's no discomfort into your lower back. If you're here, build up. And see, when I turn, I don't turn with my left hand. I lift my breastbone and you turn with your ribs. That's really important. Most people overreach with their left hand. So if I show you that from here, most people try to do this. Again, feel it happening from here. There, you see how I'm turning my ribs over and come back. And just kind of circle, don't feel stuck in any position. The last part of the sequence, again, I'm being gentle with my lower back because, as you know, as I've shared, back bending, which is when you bend backwards, can irritate my lower back. But if I'm conscious and if I move within my range, it's perfectly safe. So what I do first is I tuck my backside under. So I really push my kind of groin into the mat. I appreciate, gentlemen, this can feel a little bit uncomfortable. Women don't know the struggle, do they? There. You have to fidget until you get it right. Elbows reach back, and I'm just going to lift up, point my toes away, and lower down. Repetition number 2, I lift up, and I'm trying just to go an inch further up. Feel your arms do all the work. Look how I need to squeeze my glutes to support, or not necessarily support, but to protect my lower back. Third repetition, push all 5 fingertips into the ground, lift, lift. And you see how I just drag my body forward, my legs forward, and I can come into this upward facing dog pose with no lower back pain because I'm squeezing my glutes and I'm working within my tolerance. See how I'm just shifting around. I'm not, a statue. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm trying to do what feels good for my body. See if you can bring the shoulder blades back. If you can't, don't worry. Shoulder blades back. There we go. I'm really focusing on my breastbone and my glutes. That's all. Breastbone and glutes. and then just lower down. From here, see if you can do this in one fancy movement. Pull in your ab muscles, tighten them, lift your knees off the ground and push straight up and then back into downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, come into a child's pose. Bend your elbows and just relax. Take your fingertips forward. Look at your hands. Are they symmetrical? Back to downward facing dog. I'm just going to move around, just going to fidget. Again, this isn't a performance. I'm not doing this to impress my teacher so she can wow at my downward dog. I'm not trying to gaze at my belly button fluff. I don't want to do anything. I just want to feel what's happening in my body. Trust my fingertips. Trust my breathing. And then just drop onto your knees and come into a child's pose once again. And if you're really conscious and if you become really good at this pose, the pose that I'm in, you can feel your lower back release each time you exhale. So breathe in through the nose and just feel how your ribs push into your thighs. And as you breathe out, focus on your lower back. Can you just get it to release? Can you just get it to relax? From here, this is the important part for me. I'm going to turn my body to my left. So you see how my elbows are facing forward. I'm just going to turn so my right elbow faces the top left-hand corner into the mat. And so I'm going to feel a bit more of a pull above the right hip there. Might feel a bit awkward. You can even reach if you want just to get a bit more of a stretch. Just there. And come back to center. Again, left elbow reaches to the top right hand corner of the mat. You want to feel that gentle pull and stretch above your left hip. That feels nice. And reach. Right hand reaches for the left once again. And switch, left hand reaches to the top right. And there you go. That is my creaky old man flow, which I'm hoping is going to feel like you've just oiled your joints and that you're just going to move with a little more freedom. If anything that I'm showing you irritates any old injuries that you might have, personally, I wouldn't say you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. I guess that's the learning phase. Perhaps you're pushing beyond your tolerance. So try the sequence again, but this time work at around 50% of your maximal effort. Over time, you'll find that you can put in 60% of your maximal effort until you've worked out what your level is. If you feel like I can help you in any way, please reach out at akramyoga.co.uk. We do in-house yoga teacher trainings. I offer a ton of CPDs online. You can learn with me one-to-one. I offer mentorship, anything yoga related, anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, philosophy, you name it. If I can help you fitness related, if I can help you get in shape, physically, emotionally, I'm available for one-to-one. So just check out akramyoga.co.uk /explore.